Do you want to start building and launching your own personal website at zero cost? In this video, I will explain you step by step how you can start vibe coding your own personal website in Microsoft Visual Studio Code. And then I will also explain how you can easily deploy it using GitHub. And if this sounds a bit technical, don't be afraid. I will really explain it step by step so that you can do it even without a lot of coding experience. So let's get started. Yes, so here I'm in my Microsoft Visual Studio Code. If you have not yet installed that, I have a separate video where I explain step by step how you can install it, how you can enable the Python extension that we will need, and how you can enable the GitHub extension. So that's a separate video that I have. The link is in the descriptions. And then we can get started. Yes, so here I now have to go to open folder, and I have already created a folder where I want to start vibe coding my website. So let me briefly go to my folder. Yes, so I opened a folder called personal website, and at the moment this is a fully empty folder, so I don't have files in that. And this is always a good thing if you do vibe coding. Don't start vibe coding in a folder with a lot of additional files. So just start here from a blank folder. And now I can write here in my agent what I want to do. So if you need to still open the agent, let me briefly close it so that we can do it step by step. So what you need to press is Ctrl-Shift-E, and then the agent will be enabled. And this is the place where we can start giving instructions for the vibe coding. Of course, the first time when you will use it, you will have to log in to your GitHub Copilot agent. I already did that. So now I can start writing the instructions. So let me now show you the instruction that I prepared here. Yeah, so here you see the instructions that I prepared. So I'm saying, look, I'm Dries Vaams and want to create a personal website. Search on the internet for all relevant information and use the information to create a website for me that looks professional and stylized and that is easy to use. And here, so I have made sure that I've enabled the agent, and I'm using here the Claude Opus 4.5 model. So that's the most sophisticated model that we can use. And so you can actually use different models, but here as a first prompt, I would always encourage to use this model because that's the most sophisticated one. You will use here quite some tokens, but for your first prompt, that's perfectly okay. And then later on, when we start fine-tuning, you can shift to another model to reduce a bit your token usage. But here, let's use the most advanced model. And now I can just press enter, and then it will start coding for me. Yes, and what you see here is that now it starts asking me for permission. So for instance, now it asks me to go to a particular website, and here this is a website of my university, so no issues here. So now I can simply allow to execute this command. Yes, and now it wants to go to another website, and again I can allow that. You can also kind of give it permissions that it can go to URLs without your permission. I'm always a bit careful here because I want to avoid that it goes to malicious websites and stuff like that. So I want to keep control here. So I'm quite restricted. So again, I will now press on allow. Yes, and as you can see, it has now kind of collected all the necessary information. So I had to allow like 10 times to go to particular websites. And now it's actually starting to create my website. So now it's really engaging in coding to build my website. So now again, we have to wait a bit more to see what will happen here. Okay, so now it has been kind of coding some initial files. So here on the left-hand side, you can now see that in my folder, it has created additional files. Yeah, so that's what the agent is doing. It's creating files. And now it actually asks me to run the files in a local server. So now again, I have to do allow. So I now understand what it wants to do here, and I don't see any issues. If you are not sure about what it wants to do, and you might be a bit concerned, what you can always do is to simply copy paste this command into ChatGPT and briefly type in, I'm a beginner, can you explain me what is happening here? So then you can kind of double check to make sure that no strange things can happen. But now I'm fully okay with this. So now I can do allow, and now it will continue to work for me. Yeah, so now it asks me to open this kind of local host server that it created. So now I can say allow, and now we get already a first indication of the website that has been built. Yeah, so I can see it here. And now it's kind of finishing up the explanation of what has been built. And so now it says, okay, it's running on a local host. So it's built now for me the first website. So now we can click here on the link to get a better view on what is exactly built. Yeah, so let's take a look at the website that it has built. So in one way or another, it even found a visual of me, so a picture, so that it added to the website. And you see, I already have, I would say, quite a nice website. Here we see a kind of small layout issue that I might want to address. This doesn't look great, so that I would need to address. And then here it starts to give an explanation of who I am. Here again, I see some issues with the font, so that's something we would need to further address. And then you see it already gives me a lot of information, and actually at the first sight that looks all good. So by kind of scraping the internet, it was quite good in creating for me a very nice first website where actually the information seems to be very accurate. So also the publications here are not hallucinated. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So already just by this first single prompt, it gives me a very good first draft. But now, of course, I can further start optimizing the draft. And for instance, at this website, what I want to emphasize is that I have my Gen AI nerd channel on YouTube. That's not really mentioned at the moment. So now to optimize that, I can actually go back to my Microsoft Visual Code here. Yeah, so now I've mentioned, please add information on the website about my Gen AI nerd channel. And now I press enter. And now you will see that actually the agent will start kind of adjusting the files it has created to address this issue. Again, I will now have to approve that it can go to YouTube to search for the websites. So that, again, I will have to press now several times allow. But now I hope that it will kind of adjust my website to integrate the information. So now we have to briefly let the agent run and then we can see the result. Okay, so now it has finished kind of revamping my website. So now I can go back to my website to see whether indeed I can now see a reference to my YouTube channel. Okay, so now we are back at my website, and indeed you can see now that it created this additional tab called YouTube. So let's click on that. And then indeed you see now it added information about my YouTube channel. So let us take a look what it did. Yeah, so I can now here even nicely go immediately to the channel. So let's try it out. And indeed, I now get into my YouTube page where people can immediately subscribe. So this is exactly what I wanted. So in this way, we can now simply by doing instructions, further fine tune my website. So I can now address some layout issues. I can double check everything, make sure that it's fully what I want. And in that way, I can build step by step a website. Now, at the moment, we are running this website on a local host. That means it's simply running now on your computer. And so nobody has access to that. Of course, we want to make sure that people can actually access the website. So let me now show you how you can do that. Yes, so now I want to kind of publish this website. And how can we easily do that? The first step is actually to create a GitHub account. So if you don't yet have a GitHub account, that's the first thing you need to do. So you can simply go to github.com and there you can create your sign-in account simply with an email address, and then you have your GitHub account. So that's what you need to have. And when you have that, then we can go back to Microsoft Visual Code, and now I can actually deploy my files here to GitHub. So let me show how you do that. Yes, and so what we now need to do here in GitHub is to create a new repository. So you have to go here into your account to repositories. And then you click on new. And now we need to give our repository a name. So now I can do like website vibe coded. And we don't need to give a description. So maybe it's better to make it private so other people cannot access your repository. So let's keep it private at the moment. And that's the only thing we need to do. So now we can create the repository. And now we have an URL for this repository. So this now I need to copy. And now I go back to my Visual Studio Code. And now I just say push the code to the following GitHub URL. And then the agent will help us to do so. It might be if you do this for the first time that you have to kind of download some additional software, more specifically for Git. So that might happen, but then typically it will give you a step-by-step explanation to do so. If it doesn't do, ask ChatGPT. Yeah, but now, again, it says, okay, I want to do this. Yeah, so then I can say allow. It's saying that my repository is live at this URL. So now we can double check and go to the URL to see if that's indeed the case. Yes, and now you can see that actually the files that have been coded are part of my repository. So now I have my files here. And now as a next step, we can actually deploy this website via GitHub. So let me show you how you can do that. So now we have to go to settings. And then we have to go to pages. So let me search for that. And now we can say deploy from branch. Click on that. Yeah, so this is what we need to do. Deploy from branch. And here we have to choose main. And now we do save. And you see, you get a caution saying the repository is private, but the published site will be public. That's what we want. Yeah, we want to be our website being publicly available. And now if we wait briefly for like 1 minute and refresh this page, we should actually get a link to our website. So now we just have to briefly wait. Yes, so I had to wait indeed for 1-2 minutes. And now after refreshing, we have the website available. So now I can click here. And now I have a fully operational website that others can visit. Yeah? So now I can share this link with other people. And this is now my fully operational website. Now, if I want to make further changes, it's actually quite straightforward. I can go back to my Visual Studio Code here with the agent, make additional changes. And then you just have to write a command, something like, please update my GitHub repository. And then it will send the updates to your repository and immediately adjust the website. Okay, so that's what I wanted to explain to you. So I hope that can help you to start building your own web page. If you did, please share your personal web page in the comments so that I can see what has been created. It would be really interesting to see that. And looking forward to have you again for my next video. Thanks, bye.